Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading with me. This is going to be for the month of November. So we're going to dive in and see what is going on for you for the month ahead, my angels. So I'm going to dive in. You guys have already an animal spirit that I pulled out for you before I started. And you have the nightingale, which hasn't come out for a long time. And what this says is fearless voice, speech, communication, or song being a theme for this month. Okay, so let's dive in. This says the song of the nightingale is otherworldly. The simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. So music is going to be a very big transporter for you, basically on helping energy move through you, helping you move forward, speaking up for yourself, speaking from the heart, right? Really doing things from the heart is important. So heart chakra and throat chakra seem to be important for you. So I love that. What it says is when it's in balance, we sing and speak freely with kindness. And when we're out of balance, we can be shy or feel a lump in our throat. So maybe you've been a bit worried or scared to say something or put yourself out there, for example. But either way, Spirit's saying it's time to speak up. It's time to sing. All right. Anyway, let's see what's going on for my Scorpios during this time. I feel like this is a bit uneven. Okay, let's see. For Scorpios, please, Spirit, during the month of November, what's the messages for you? Yeah, interesting how peace came up reverse over nightingale. So, it's an energy where maybe you've been quiet to keep the peace and maybe you've been treading on eggshells around people. I wonder if this is a time to speak up. And again, to speak with kindness, all right, Scorpio. But I think it's going to be very important to creating more peace in your life. Let's see how this shows up for you, though. I think it's time to know that your voice is valid, that you deserve to be heard. And maybe through your life, it's kind of, people have been trying to shut you up or something. Let's see. What's going on for my Scorpios in the month of November? Patience, peace and patience. That's kind of a temperance card. So again, kind of a hint towards harmony as well. But Spirit's asking for your patience in the month of November. So maybe a slow moving month, but one where Spirit wants you to focus on gratitude. All right, this affirmation here says, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And let that be your affirmation for the month. What other messages do we have for Scorpio? Thank you. We've got kangaroo, which says unsettled times need to plan ahead. That jumped on top of nightingale, so that again can have something to do with you speaking your truth. You got good advice from a wise person with the owl, so expect some help from a friend or someone around you. Broken ring, parting of the ways, either in romance or business. Someone is undependable and insincere. So it could be that maybe this is about a relationship or, it could be a friendship. It just feels like someone who you have loyalties to in some way. It could be family as well. It does feel a little bit like you've been keeping the peace by keeping quiet. But in the month of November, it feels like you're speaking up. And maybe you're cutting ties with someone because they're just not dependable. You got another card about advice from a friend, so a really good time to speak to people. And then you have someone is leaving your life. So I wonder for some of you, if you're finally speaking up to someone and they're like, dude, you need to speak up for yourself in that situation, whether it be work, whether it be romance, whatever it is, I think is important. I think you need to trust in yourself. Okay. What other energies going on for my gorgeous Scorpios? What's happening for my Scorpios in the month of November? 6 of Cups. So this is about nostalgia, the past, by the way. Mercury is going into retrograde during this month. So it makes some sense that past energies or past lessons and cycles are coming up for you to really reassess it. How have you dealt with things in the past and how can you maybe change that or learn about that? Okay, got 5 of Pentacles. What's going on in November for Scorpios? What's going on in November? Temperance again, Tower. The Lovers. So some of you, it is a breakup in a relationship, for example. Temperance is about patience as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to dive into these messages. Let's figure it out. Okay, why is the Six of Cups here, please, Spirit, for the month of November? That's the Lovers again. So this could be a past person coming up here. For Scorpio, Judgment. So this is in a way about being set free. The fact it's jumping up on top of this whole peace and harmony energy. This doesn't mean that it has to be coming into your life, but it does feel like your voice needs to be heard in some degree around a past energy or from a soulmate connection. Judgment, releasing, surrendering, letting go. It's also about truth and clarity. Why is this coming up during this month, or what's the messages around this? Four of Swords is for your healing. So yeah, past is coming up basically, guys. Five of Pentacles, why is this here for the month of November? The Five of Swords. So this is showing up, this is a situation where maybe it ended in a conflict and it was harsh words, very big explosive argument, and we never spoke again after that. It's that kind of thing where there is almost this lack of closure a little bit. Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, feeling really hurt and burdened by the situation. Maybe it affected your income and your finances. Maybe it just made you feel worthless and like a hole's been left in you since. And the Five of Swords, of course, is that conflict. It's what happened. Fives represent change, though. Something needs to change in this dynamic. Any advice around the Five of Pentacles? The Five of Wands and the Nightingale. And you see how the Nightingale, both of these cards coming up, like this is kind of reversed as well. Five of Wands is again a card of conflict. So we got three fives. So I think it's really, 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 really important around this time to speak your truth. Even if that's right in a song, right in poetry, right? Some of you need to let it out in your own way. I think it's so important, even if you don't contact someone, or I think it's a good time to write that letter, right? You don't need to send it to anyone, but I think you need to let something off your chest for sure. Okay, why is Temperance here? It could be a lot of things as well, by the way, that you feel, hard done by in your life, and it's time to start speaking your truth. Why is Temperance here? The Wheel of Fortune, so patience. The Wheel of Fortune, I say patience. Wheel of Fortune is not about patience, but it's about divine timing, and it's about, kind of fate and things being in the universe's hands, right? You don't really know what the wheel's going to land on. You just have to trust that it's something good. And with Temperance here as well, it does make a bit of sense that this is a time during this month to really work on your inner world and to heal, right? Temperance about taking a time off, taking a step off the path so you can balance yourself and refuel yourself before moving forward. I always call it like a pit stop. It's my pit stop card where, like in the F1 races, they go off track and they get their tires changed and, all that stuff. But spiritually for you, where it's a time to really kind of change your tires, refill the oil tank. I don't know anything about cars, but I just feel a little bit like you need a little bit of like a spiritual MOT. I don't know why cars are coming up a lot during this type of year, or could be something going on with your car. But I just think that that's, again, just really replenishing your soul, really diving in, giving what you need during this month is so important, because I really see that with Temperance. I think you need to, I'm seeing you filling your body up. Like maybe you need more water during this time, or maybe it is just about what you're giving yourself, even if it's how you're spending your time. So just pay attention. This is a month about you, balancing yourself and not rushing progress, because we will see that most likely soon. But this is a month for you really to come home to yourself a bit here and to allow fate to do its thing. All right, why is Temperance here? Thank you. There is going to be an incoming message for Pentacles. What is this message about? I just don't know if this is the past energy, because Three of Cups can sometimes be, again, about reconciliation or a meetup, reunion. The Page of Wands came out with the Knight of Swords. So this does look like a conversation. Two people in different ways, for sure, right? Someone's coming forward with the truth and they're rushing ahead. And Page of Wands is more of like, kind of not expecting this very rushed conversation, to be honest. You got the Four of Pentacles. Hold on. Okay. You have the Four of Pentacles, which is again about holding on, being a bit stubborn a little bit here. Hanged Man is kind of, both of these energies are not really giving much. Hanged Man is about looking at this through a different perspective. Looking at something through a different perspective. Feelings a bit stuck, but again, looking at that from a different lens is important. What's the dynamic between the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords here? The Knight of Wands. Someone's feeling a bit like being a bit on the defense. And that could be you, because again, it's about the wounded warrior. And I have seen here that you guys are a little bit like that. You've been through a battle. You're feeling hurt. You might want to express yourself directly. But I wonder if Spirit's saying, again, we want to find peace in the situation. We don't want to bring up another argument, but we do want to get your point across and your truth across. So trying to do it in that kind of balanced way, so you can actually heal and not just resurface hurt and pain again, right? So I feel like maybe that's a conversation to have within yourself there, to let go, right? What I think the aim here is to speak your truth so that you can let go of what you've been holding on to. Because for some of you, again, it's this Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. I think this is your time to heal. I'm not going to lie, during this month. Why is the Tower card here in November? Three of Pentacles. So we have the foundation and we have the Tower card being about, you know, the Tower kind of being blown up by Spirit. So it does feel a little bit like there's a shake up in the foundation of things. That could be about you and your belief system. That could be in how things have been built up in your life so far. What's the Tower card doing here in November? The Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles. So again, it could be in a contract. I see something good coming actually your way, by the way. This could be a really good job opportunity I see for you. It's going to come quite explosively. Like it's just going to happen. And maybe this is a bit of fate, right? It's divine intervention. Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles. This could be like a friend works in a nice place and they say, hey, Scorpio, like there's a vacancy. Do you want me to put your name forward or something? You know, it just feels a little bit like something happens. This feels quite nice. I like this, whatever this is. Why is the Lovers here? Page of Swords and the Hierophant. So if there's a past person that you're not in contact with, they are curious about you. If they're able to see you online on social media, they're probably checking your page, because the Page of Swords and the High Priestess really is that kind of deep, it's about silence, right? Not speaking to someone. And I would say they're watching. But the Lovers being here as well is about your choices. And I just really want to make sure that during the month of November, you make choices based on your intuition. Take time to think. Don't rush anything. Dive deeper into some knowledge before making any decisions during this time. The Tower and the Lovers together, Seven of Swords. Some of you are ending something with someone because they're not an honest person. They do too many things that are just, you know, not thinking about you at all. It's a selfish energy. Because the Seven of Swords is like someone who knows that they're putting you at risk with something, or they know that they're being selfish and they just keep deciding to do that. They're just a bit of a sabotaging person. Again, maybe Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, right? It could just be someone is just, you know, I don't know, just doing things for themselves and not for you. And they know that you would, I don't know, it just feels like someone who knows you'll clean up after them. So it just feels a bit like that's a relationship that you guys are ending. And that Tower card being here on the bottom as I split that, for sure. Tell me a bit more about this job opportunity coming up. Ten of Wands and the Hermit. You're coming to the end of a very difficult journey in your life. This is a bit of like a dark night of the soul moment for you, but in a way, this is going to shift a lot for you. The Ten of Wands, releasing, heavy release. The Hermit, looking at things through a higher perspective. And the Fool. So you've probably been in a job that's hard work, and maybe even lonely a little bit. The Fool kind of says that you're probably going to be, you know, like collaborating with more people or working with more people. I just feel like there's a better work environment coming your way. And again, more about stability and financial stability, something more solid. And it's still work, but it's not like the Ten of Wands. Whatever this job opportunity is, it's less work than what you do currently. Okay, my angel, that's what I got for you. Let me know in the comment section how this month goes. Happy birthday to everyone who's celebrating around this time. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. But aside from that, I'll see you guys in the next one.